Hello and welcome to another video by ES Repair. I am your host, Mr. Fix-It. In this video, we all know that Christmas is coming around the corner. It's going to be here before you know it. And many people are getting their Christmas lights out, their decorations out, getting ready to get the tree set up. And what we're going to always run into, regardless of what we're doing, you're going to find Christmas lights that have lights that's not working. Well, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you the quickest and easiest way to find where the burnt bulb is, because a lot of these, if one light goes out, they all go out. And I'm going to show you a way to quickly locate these bulbs so you can replace them and not have to play the guessing game as to which ones is burnt out. Here I have my bulbs laid out. This is one I'm going to use. I'm going to show you how to quickly and easily test these bulbs to find out which one's bad, so you can quickly replace these bulbs and not having to spend a lot of time. Now, what happens here, as you can see, I've got my plug here. This is my little extension plug. I'm going to use this to where I can just plug it in, turn the power on, test my lights. That way I don't have to try to reach over, unplug the cord, all that. I can just sit here, keep it plugged in, and turn it on and off if I need to. Now, most of these plugs do come with replacements. These lights here, as you can see here, come with little replacement bulbs. These are like your sockets that you put your bulbs in. Even the fuses for your plug. These plugs here do have fuses in them, and I'm going to show you here in a moment. Now, these here, in most cases, you will get these little packets with your Christmas lights. You can also buy extra lights or bulbs, even fuses, at your local hardware store. They come in 3.5 volts or 7 volt, depending on how big or how long the string is. You want to check, make sure you're getting the right bulbs. You can also get the fuses. These are small 3-amp fuses. They're 125 volt fuse. You can get these also in your local hardware store, any store, in fact, that carries Christmas lights and stuff, will have these types of fuses. Now, to do this, you're also going to need one of these testers. This tester here is a handy tester because anybody who works with electricity like I do can use these testers. You don't have to have anything fancy. All you want to know is if voltage is present in a wire. It works pretty much like this. Let me turn the power on. And when you get close to one of these, you'll see that it lights up. And when it lights up, it indicates that you are getting some voltage in that current. See, you're getting voltage in these. So now we got that established. The circuit here, you want to test it on a live known circuit to make sure that it is working correctly. Now let me show you what we're going to do with this. Now, in order for this to work, I'm going to show you the first thing you want to check. When you plug them in, you want to use your tester and see if power's getting to it. If there's power in the cord, you know that the fuse is good. Well, these plugs also contain 2 fuses. So let's turn it around, test it again. That means that the fuses are good. And let me show you what I'm talking about. In these fuses, you're going to see a little hatch. Get you a small precision screwdriver, preferably a little flathead, and then you can slide open the door like so. Now, as you can see here, there are two different fuses, one for each side. The reason for this, even though this is 120 volts, is because these plugs are not polarized. That means that these plugs can be plugged in either direction on these. Whether you plug them in here or you plug them like this, it doesn't matter. If you'll notice, these have one plug, one socket smaller than the other one. That's because it indicates that this is the line, this is your current, this is the neutral. Now, because these don't have polarities on them, that means that they need to put fuses on both sides. Then this way, no matter how the plug is plugged in, each circuit is protected. Now, once you know that the fuses are good, now we can plug it back in. And now we're ready to test. Now, we already established that there is current going through the wiring. So we can rule that part out. Fuses are good. Next thing you want to do is you want to test the very last bulb in the circuit. As you see here, this is the very last bulb. In order to detect which bulb is the bad bulb, we need to test the last light first. In some cases, it may be the last bulb. And in other cases, it's somewhere down in between. It's one of the other bulbs. To test, all you have to do is take your circuit tester, touch the bulb, and if you're getting voltage to it, as I did here, one of two things is wrong. Either the bulb is bad, or the socket needs to be turned around. Now, to check to see if this bulb is bad, let's go ahead. I'm going to turn that off. Turn the plug around. Turn it back on. Now, let's test the bulb again. Well, this time, it's not buzzing. If this bulb was bad, it would have buzzed either way. Regardless of how I turned that plug, this bulb would have worked either way. Then all you have to do is change this bulb. But as you can see, this bulb is no longer beeping. So it's somewhere else along the line. So let's go ahead and check some bulbs. What you can do is you can start at the first or the end, it doesn't matter. And you can test each bulb in the line. You can start from the front, you can start from the end, it doesn't matter. But let me show you what to look for. Now, in this one here, I'm going to start from the beginning to the end to find a bad bulb. Let me test this one here. This is the first one. Okay, that's got current going to it. Alright, let's check this one. That one's got current going through it. Let's check this one. This one's got current going to it. Let's check this one. That one's got current going to it. Oh, and here we go. We got a bulb that has no current going to it. This means that current has stopped at this bulb. When you test it, this current is going to this bulb, but it's not going to this bulb. That means that this bulb here is where the circuit is broken. So, all we need to do is change this bulb. We turn the power off, get the bulb out, get my replacement bulb here. Now some of these you may have to remove the bulb out of the socket, which all you have to do is bend the wires. Just bend these wires down and straight and then pull your bulb out, put your new bulb in, and then bend the wires back around the ends. like you see here. Because you got these little bulbs here with the wires, just make sure you straighten them back out, pull the bulb out, put the new bulb in, bend the wires back as you see here on both ends. Then you can put your bulb back into your socket. Make sure that you're inserting them correctly, like so. Make sure they're nice and snug in there. They're not going to be easily fall out or anything. Once you have your bulb replaced, and there you go. Now all the bulbs are working. That is the quickest and easiest way to find a burned out bulb. All you got to do is, if you get the bulb, it's got current going to it, but the next bulb down the line does not, you just found yourself the burned out bulb. Replace it, plug it back in, turn the power on, and this is what you should get. Now in some cases you may have more than one, but you can still use a technique to go find the other bulb. There may be more than one. Just follow the line, go from bulb to bulb, use your tester, check to see if the bulb's got the power. If the next bulb doesn't, then you go back to the previous one that had power, replace it, and there you go. And that is it. All you have to do is very simple. Quickest way to change bulbs, find a bad one, replace it, you're good to go. Well, I'm your host, Mr. Fix-It. Thank you for watching.